The winter of 1959 blanketed the Ural Mountains in silence. 9 friends, young and adventurous, set out to conquer Mount Oderturten. The local Mansi called it, "Don't go there." But the group pressed on, undeterred. Led by Igor Dyatlov, they were skilled hikers, students bound by friendship and a love for the wild. They packed carefully, food, warm clothes, a tent, cameras, and diaries to capture every moment. Their laughter echoed as they boarded the train, leaving the city for the snowy wilderness. The landscape was breathtaking, endless forests, crisp air, and the promise of freedom. They felt invincible, ready for any challenge. But the Ural Mountains are ancient, indifferent to human ambition. The group entered a realm where normal rules faded and the unknown waited. Local Mansi hunters avoided these slopes, whispering of strange energies and spirits on Kholat Syakhl, Dead Mountain. The hikers made their final camp there, ignoring the warning in the mountain's name. As they pushed deeper into the silent landscape, a sense of unease crept in. The wind carried secrets, and the snow hid them well. Their journey began with hope, but the mountain watched, cold and silent. The group was moving toward a mystery that would baffle investigators for decades. The silence of the mountains was about to be shattered. They had no idea these would be their last happy moments. The mountain's secret would turn their adventure into a legend of terror. The train carried them into the heart of the wild, where the rules of the world no longer applied. The group's excitement masked the danger ahead. The Mansi's warnings went unheard. The mountain waited, indifferent and eternal. The group pressed on, unaware of the fate that awaited them. The journey would end in mystery. The story of the Dyatlov Pass was about to begin. A secret still unsolved waited in the snow. The team was made of experts, grade 2 hikers, just shy of the highest certification. Igor Dyatlov led them, joined by Zinaida, Lyudmila, Alexander, Lyudmila, Alexander, Brustum, Georgy, Nicholas, Yuri Doroshenko, and Semyon, the mysterious newcomer. Their plan traveled by train, truck, and skis to Mount Oderturten. Over 300 kilometers of harsh terrain. They documented everything: smiles, fires, and endless snow. One member, Yuri Yudin, fell ill early and turned back, unknowingly saving his life. He watched his friends disappear into the white horizon, never to return. Yudin became the sole survivor, haunted by the question, what happened that night? He spent years searching for answers, but the truth remained elusive. The group pressed on, confident and prepared for the wilderness. They believed they controlled their destiny. But fate had other plans. The journey was a test of endurance, but also a march toward the unknown. The hikers' camaraderie and skill could not protect them from what awaited. Yudin's illness was a twist of fate, one that separated him from unimaginable horror. As he returned to civilization, his friends moved closer to disaster. The Dyatlov Pass Incident would become a haunting legend. The group's optimism masked the danger ahead. Their journey was about to take a dark turn. The wilderness was unforgiving. Only Yudin would live to tell the tale. The rest vanished into the snow. The mystery deepened with every step. The group's diary ended on February 1st. Routine, cheerful, unaware of what was coming. That night, they made a puzzling choice, camping on the exposed slope of Kholat Syakhl, not in the safer forest below. For experienced hikers, this was odd. The forest offered shelter, the slope only danger. Why did they stop there? No one knows. The tent's location remains one of the central mysteries. The last photo from their camera is blurry, chaotic, an orange orb in the darkness. Was it a camera flare or something more? The diary and photos end abruptly. Whatever happened next, it was sudden and terrifying. The silent tent on Dead Mountain offered no answers. The group's final moments are lost to time. The mountain kept its secret. The last camp was a doorway to the unknown. Weeks passed with no word. Searchers found the tent on February 26th, half buried, abandoned. The tent was slashed open from the inside. The hikers had fled in a panic, leaving boots and coats behind. Footprints led calmly down the slope, as if they walked, not ran, into the freezing night. 2 bodies, Georgy and Yuri Doroshenko, were found under a cedar tree, barefoot in underwear beside a small fire. Broken branches suggested they tried to climb the tree. Were they escaping something? 3 more, Igor, Zinaida, and Rustam, were found between the tree and the tent, poorly dressed, as if crawling back. Rustam had a skull fracture, not fatal, but strange. All had died of hypothermia, but the scene was deeply unsettling. Why would experienced hikers flee into deadly cold, unprepared? The evidence pointed to terror, not just the elements. The mountain was silent, but the horror was clear. The 5 bodies told a story of panic and confusion. The searchers were left with more questions than answers. The cold claimed them, but something else drove them out. The scene was a frozen mystery. The mountain's secret remained hidden. The horror was only beginning to unfold. 2 months later, the last 4 hikers were found in a ravine, buried under snow. These bodies, Lyudmila, Alexander, Nicholas, and Semyon, were better dressed, wearing clothes taken from their dead friends. But their injuries were shocking, massive skull fractures, crushed ribs, and internal trauma likened to a car crash, without external wounds. Lyudmila was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lip. Semyon, his eyes. Their skin was strangely tanned, hair prematurely gray. Some clothing was radioactive. The official cause, a compelling natural force. No theory fit all the facts. Avalanche, attack, or accident. The injuries, missing tissues, and radiation deepened the mystery. The hikers fled in terror. Some froze. Others suffered violent trauma. The Dyatlov Pass Incident became a legend of the unexplained. The mountain's secret grew darker. The evidence defied explanation. The tragedy was more than a story of survival gone wrong. It was a puzzle with no solution. The legend was born in horror. The snow covered the truth. The mystery endured. The Soviet investigation was swift and secretive. The case was closed, files classified, and the area sealed for years. The official verdict, an unknown compelling force, explained nothing. The secrecy fueled wild theories, avalanche, military tests, infrasound, Mansi attack. even UFOs. None fit all the facts. Calm footprints, crushing injuries, radiation, missing eyes and tongue. Theories multiplied, but the truth stayed buried. Recent investigations brought no answers. The story remains frozen in time, a haunting photograph of 9 lives lost to the unknown. The wind still howls across Kolatsyakal. The snow still falls, hiding the mountain's secret. The world is left with the same questions. What did they see? Why did they run? The Dyatlov Pass mystery endures. Some secrets, it seems, are meant to stay buried in the snow.